welcome. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell, share the show. Thank you for listening. This is Joey. Let's get started. TYLA. I shouldn't even do a segment on this, but I kind of want to spin the block on this one. I had been telling you guys, for those of you guys who follow my X account, I got back on X, crazy shit, right? For those of you that follow my X account, I told you guys a while ago, I said, TYLA is going to be she's going to be the Tinashe of 2025. Does anybody remember Tinashe? Anybody? I'll enlighten you. Tinashe was an R&B singer back in 2000, who gives a shit? And she was a black lady, but I think she was from like Sweden. And she came into the market and she was trying to do the typical, I'm a black person, but not from America. So can you Americanize me so the blacks will like me type of shtick at first? She didn't want to do it. She came in talking shit just like TYLA, like, oh, I'm from out here. We don't do blah, 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 not knowing how the industry works. And the music industry was trying to let her know, you're going to need these black folks, because if the black folks don't like you, the white folks won't like you. And Tinashe stuck to her guns, and her shit just flippity flopped. You can't even name me one single she popped out with. Tinashe. She was cute, too. Yeah, that's when they were trying to make the Beyonce clones, and she didn't work. Right? Tinashe. And now we have Tinashe 2.0. Now, TYLA actually had a couple of little hot songs that was moving. All she had to do was just be quiet, right? As a matter of fact, she had an advantage. People weren't looking at her in America like, oh, you one of them funny acting Nigerians. She was looked at as South African. And I think she's associated with the Zulus or something, because a lot of Zulus sure came out chirping. People was just cool with her. Her music was kind of catching on. Then, for no reason at all, with no provocation, I still don't know what even prompted her to even say this shit. But she came out on a random humbug and was just like, oh, just to let y'all know, I don't fuck with black people. I'm not black. I'm mixed. I'm mixed. I'm colored. I'm not one of you niggas, right? Now, there's multiple layers to that shit. It was 100% meant to be insulting. And let me explain to you why. Africans often like to play the fool when it comes to black identity in America and just worldwide, right? I am not black, I am Nigerian, and all that kind of bullshit, right? But you notice, what's the number one thing? Well, the number two thing. The number one thing is you don't have culture, right? But the number two thing that they try to dig on black Americans about is that we don't think we're black. Right? Oh, you black Americans have admixture. You're not pure black. You're not pure black. You're not, right? And they get mad at you because they think you don't consider yourself a quote unquote pure black, right? Oh, you're not black. You don't like being black. You hate being African. You hate Africa, right? All that shit, right? But you notice how quickly the African stances became on black identity the second one of their Africans said, I'm not black, I'm colored. They instantly tried to make it a thing of African versus African American. They tried to make the TYLA like a Trojan horse, like, oh, we're going to get her in. The whole thing kept being, and we never did this, right? We never did this, even when we were dancing to the little water song. We never tried to compare her to any of our stars. But as soon as they thought they had a point on the board, they instantly started trying to compare this girl to Beyonce. And black Americans, we did the dignified thing at first. We just tastefully ignored it. Like, I know you didn't say that shit, girl. You tripping. You don't remember what happened to Carrie Hilson, girl? Be quiet. Just stop. Just get out here and just have fun. Just get out here and have fun. But all the African artists, they always see, Africans got such weird jealousy and insecurity around black Americans. Super duper jealous, insecure, no confidence, no self-esteem having niggas will start answering questions nobody asked. You ever notice that? Super insecure, jealous, low self-esteem niggas will start saying comments to shit. No one was, oh, you think you better than me? Like, no one said, bro, what are you talking about? Are you trying to show off your new car, aren't you? No, I'm just driving. Oh, you always gotta be all dressed up around everybody. Nigga try to show out. Like, nigga, I'm just wearing clothes. I'm not shining on you, nigga. My shit's shiny. I'm sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you jealous, turn around. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Soon as they thought they had one, TYLA is taking over. Everything's always about African take over. You don't need to take over shit. Take care of your shit you have. You got 1 billion Africans over in Africa, but you got to come all the way to the States. See, this is the stuff that really be making them Africans mad. You be hearing them say things, and then they'll slip into what they really be mad about. Yes, TYLA is a good artist, and she's making good music, and you African Americans aren't going to be dictating who's black all the time. Like, what? Nigga, we talking about music. What are you doing? They turned it weird instantly. And what did that do? That turned a lot of black Americans off of TYLA. And let me be super clear. Ain't nobody boycott TYLA. Ain't nobody boycott. Didn't nobody make no conscious decision. Oh, TYLA's music's so good, but I got to refrain from going there because of the movement. Like, nah, people just wasn't checking for her. Even if she would have never said that shit. All right, little water song's hot. Okay, cool. All right, girl, song, come on, it's cute. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. We might get up. Black Americans is clacking fans and shit. We don't got time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't moving the crowd like that. It's a cool little dance song. So you was just about one toenail in the game as it was. And you had to go hustle backwards and shit on yourself by saying some crazy stuff like that. You de-incentivized people to even give you a chance now. It wasn't some situation where black Americans say, hey, man, you heard the news, we boycotting TYLA. No, who? I'm going to be honest with you. We can't tell the difference between TYLA and Tim's. I know, because my daughter's a Tim's fan. Tim's is from Jamaica. She make really good music. She got that track Toast. I really like that song. I like how she says it. That toast. I like how she say, you know, they got the accent. We rocking with that. It's a good song. It's a cool song. But if Tim's all of a sudden started coming out talking a bunch of shit about black Americans, every time you hear that name, you're going to associate, oh, that's that bitch don't like us. That gets you crazy? Even if you didn't like us and that's how you feel, from a business standpoint, wouldn't you just kind of keep quiet about that? And then I can hear somebody in the back, oh, y'all let the Asians, the Arabs. Number one, no, we don't. Their stores get burnt down all the time. And number two, you're talking about somebody that's supplying supplies people want. Can't compare that to a TYLA album. TYLA, you were supposed to be on your best behavior campaigning to the blacks. See, and a lot of these African artists have this problem. Burna Boy, his music don't translate at all in America like that. He's been trying everything to become that guy. The little fake relationship with one of the Bailey sisters, getting on all these collab songs. Man, 21 Savage called this nigga out, man. He said, man, I did a collab song with this nigga when I was hot. That album with triple wood. That single went wood. I'll never do another collab with an African artist again. You niggas is bullshit. Go look what 21 Savage said about Burna Boy. Burna Boy is a Nigerian, and what are Nigerians? Nigerians are scammers and liars. The whole Burna Boy movement is artificial. It's all pump. He's got some money behind him, backing him. Everything's fake. And if you pull that money back even a little bit, that nigga's whole movement would deflate. Ain't nobody checking for Burna Boy like that. But as soon as Burna Boy buys a couple of awards, because you buy those awards. When you see them people going up there getting those music awards and shit, you buy those. That's really advertisement. It's like paying for followers on the internet so that you look like you got a lot of followers so more people will follow you. As soon as Burna Boy, his team has bought a couple of them awards and shit at the award shows and was looking like he doing shit, what do? He gonna send his mama up there to chastise all them black people. You are African before you are anything else. Man, if y'all don't get out of here with that bullshit, which way do you want it? 1 minute is you are African before anything else. Then the next minute is you are not real African. Then the next minute is you are black and we are all black the same. Then it's you niggas have admixture and you are not black, you are mixed. And then the next minute it's, hey, if an African wants to be colored, you can't force her to be black. Nigga, which is it? You going in every different direction because you running game. And Africans, I'm going to tell you something right now. The reason why you're on the bottom in the world, now I don't know who you think you looking down at, you at the bottom in the world, is because you niggas are primitive. You guys, I'm starting to see, I'm not even talking about like the dirt roads and letting cows piss on your head to dye your hair orange. I'm not even going to go. That's too easy. I'm talking about you guys have primitive mindsets and how you think about things. Even your smart ones, real simplistic, like worker bee kind of non-playable character mindsets when you be talking to Africans. Even when talking about this issue, I'm looking at all these videos from all these African content creators talking about this, and they're interpreting the situation like Black Americans was boycotting TYLA, like we made effort not to make her album work. No, niggas just wasn't checking for her. African content creators are acting like the reason why we didn't like TYLA is because she didn't say, I am Black and bow to the Black American. No, nigga, because you came in randomly talking shit. You didn't have to say shit. You didn't have to say shit. You could have just, and another thing, see, this is the third layer. Like I said, there's a lot of things that was made by that statement from TYLA. And this is a part we don't talk about. TYLA saying some shit like, I'm not Black, I'm Nigerian. We know the Nigerians, we know the Africans be faking and they be trying to say, I'm not Black American when they say that. They're trying to differentiate themselves or delineate so that white folks know that they're the safe Black. We get it, right? But we get you can feign ignorance about Blackness in that way, right? But a South African has similar understandings with race as a Black American. TYLA can't play dumb. That was a very clear-minded, specific statement. And let me explain what I mean by that. Under that system of apartheid, colored South Africans have a long, storied, antagonistic, oppositional history with the South African Blacks. That's why she made that clear, definitive statement. The South African coloreds, let's use some common sense. Let's use some common sense. We know who the South African coloreds are and where they come from. Those are the offspring of niggas that was breeding with white folks. Those are the offspring of niggas that was breeding with white folks. Now, they didn't have no slavery over there in South Africa. So what's that mean? Common sense. That means that niggas was breeding with white folks voluntarily. Let's use common sense. If niggas was breeding with white folks voluntarily over there under a system of apartheid where blacks were considered on the bottom, colored and mixed people were in the middle, and foreigners and Asians and Indians were in the middle, and whites were on the top. Who were these black people breeding with these white people voluntarily? These were ops. These were coons. These are coon offspring. These are coon offspring. Coons are very dangerous. Coons have always thwarted black progress all over the world and in America. That's one of the first moves you do when you invade somebody is you align yourself with those people's traitors. Nobody, unless you just got an overwhelming army, it's very difficult to just go in and invade a whole people. You have to have people that are cooperating with you. Remember I was talking about all the snitches that move back to America whenever we have some sort of a foreign military campaign or we got spies and shit, and all the people you see that move here to America, a lot of them people be snitches and spies for us when they was in their country. That's how that stuff works. And it worked like that back in the old days too, and it worked like that back during apartheid. The coloreds are the buffer group against the blacks. So when TYLA was saying that shit, she wasn't just saying, oh, I consider myself colored because I acknowledge my white side to it. No, she was saying, I don't rock with the blacks. We are in opposition of the blacks, the same way we're in opposition of the blacks in South Africa. Those niggas are the ops. I don't associate with black niggas. Which is totally fine. Appreciate your honesty and you being up front. You had to stand on business. But now your business is less than 4,000 album sales. Sometimes standing on business will put you out of business. Sometimes standing on business will put you out of business when you don't know the business. You could have just sat there and ate your food. You could have just been quiet. You could have harbored all this too. White folks do it all the time. White folks be whole coaches of football teams full of nothing but niggas, getting paid millions of dollars because of niggas. No talent in that white man. He's just a dude holding a clipboard, letting them niggas be athletic. He getting all the credit. Oh, how'd you do that this time, Bill? Oh yeah, I just told that nigga to go out there and run. He can benefit from niggas all day and can't stand niggas secretly. And he'll have a whole 30, 40, 50-year career. And you won't know how that man feels about niggas till he's damn near retired. Look at Hulk Hogan. If Hulk Hogan would have just shut up in that phone call, we would have never been none the wiser. He'd have still been, hey, brother, drink your milk, eat your vitamins, and say your prayers, brother. And he'd been that dude. People used to love Hulk Hogan. One bad phone call. But he went through his whole career before that happened. Made millions of dollars before that happened. TYLA, you blew it day one. You could have just been quiet. No one asked you to say that. And now the Africans, like I said, you guys are very primitive. The way you're interpreting this story is like TYLA came up here like, hey guys, I got a new album. You know, it's got that water song about my coochie getting wet. Y'all like to hear that? It's got a good beat. And the black Americans are like, are you black, bitch? And we're like, she's like, well, no, I mean, I'm colored. We got different references here. And say, oh, we gonna boycott you. That's not what the hell happened. You came out throwing your setup and was saying, fuck the black Americans. You came in for no reason, riding, for no reason other than your deep, unfiltered, seething hatred towards black people. And then you turned around. See, and then the Africans came and doubled down. Because like I said, the Africans, I've told y'all before, there be consistencies in inconsistency. Even when something looks inconsistent and like it's all over the place, there's a consistency in that. You'll still see a logic in that. I just got done telling you, the Africans be all over the place with their arguments. One minute they want us to claim blackness. Then the next minute they want us to claim Africanness. Then the next minute we can never be African. Then the next minute we're not really black because we got white admixture. Then the next minute, hey, TYLA doesn't got to be black. She's mixed. And why are you guys always trying to force people to be black? We don't want to be black. I'm not black. I'm Nigerian. It all looks all over the place and inconsistent. But there's one consistency. They like to be able to determine who is and who is not African or black. They don't like when you say what is or is not. They don't like that. Africans have absolutely no problem with delineation. When it's a kata, Africans have no problem with delineation when you're showing that Africans are doing better in some way. Africans got absolutely no problem with delineation. Them niggas are on tribalism. That's the ultimate delineation. Shout out to Pharaoh Ramesses Elaton. You know, Pharaoh said that. I be getting on him sometime. But he made a very good point in one of his episodes about delineation. He said Africans hear the word delineation and think it's a damn tribe. I'm paraphrasing. But Africans hear the word delineation and think it's some conflict or a diss or some shit. No, niggas is saying, okay, this is a demark. This is where I am and you are. I've worked in the IT world for a long time. In IT and network world, they have something called a demark in your building. You go in your building, your professional building, there's a demark for where your internet ends from the building side and it begins on your house and your unit. Something breaks down on this side, it's my responsibility. If it breaks down on that side, it's the building's responsibility. That's the demark. That's the border. Africans hear delineation and start talking all this tribal war shit and go ahead and start that war. Africa, the first words out their mouth whenever they hear something they don't like from the black America, they start talking war. Nigga, yeah, we don't want to buy your weaves no more. We don't want to go get your braids no more. War! We're going to kill you. We are going to shoot you on live TV after we tie you to telephone poles. Like it turned to Hotel Rwanda over some braids. It turned to Hotel Rwanda over TYLA. Now let's just, again, common sense. If somebody's always hair trigger snapping at you, ready to go to fucking war over the slightest provocation or misunderstanding or disagreement, that should tell you this nigga don't like you and is looking for a reason to go to war with you. Which lets black Americans, it lets us further know. It lets us further know that we have to delineate. The reason why Africans are so worried about delineation is because it's Black American identity on Black American terms. There's nothing you can say about FBA or ADOS or Black American instead of African American that you can't say about Akata. You know how to delineate and specify who is who. Oh, you mean them slave niggas over there. See, it's perfectly fine to delineate. Oh, we are all black the same until you mad, and then all of a sudden, nigga, you are a slave. You are a dusty slave. Yeah, this is the slave group over here. No, you can't separate. No, you just separated us. What are you talking about? You just said we're the slave group. We're like, you're right. We're over here. We're the slave group. Now you're like, why are you separating yourself? It's because they don't like you. They don't like us defining those terms, which is just like the white folks. What drives white folks crazy about Black American identification? What drives white Americans crazy about that? They ask whole questions. They always trying to find a way to tap on the peripheral and get around the barrier. It's the dumbest thing. How come you can say it and I can't say it? You call yourself that all the time in your songs and when you see each other. How come I can't say it? You know what bothers white folks about that? The fact that you can't say it without consequences. Because you can say it. Remember Delroy Lindo? Delroy Lindo proved that shit so smooth. He said, go ahead, say it. I can't say. No. Yeah, say it. Let's say it together. I'll go 1, 2, punk the shit out the white dude because he proved his point. Why do you want to say it so bad? The problem is us identifying ourselves, having boundaries on them, having border on them. And look how they're interpreting this thing. They can easily look at this and go, damn, TYLA was talking shit unnecessarily, and we hyped that up, and we blew it ourselves. Notice not one African is saying, damn, TYLA only got less than 4,000 record sales this week. Where are all the Africans in America to support her? Forget these Akatas. Where are all the Africans? Think about this real quick. Let's just use common sense. She sold 4,000 albums in that first week. Are there more or less than 4,000 African immigrants, first, second generation Africans living in America? There's more than 4,000, right? There's in the millions, right? Probably 4 million. You couldn't get your folks. You couldn't find 4,000 South Africans. You couldn't get the niggas that be talking big up, that all those Africans that was talking all that shit about Black Americans for TYLA and doing all that colored shit, and you Black Americans and Akatas could never. It was way more than 4,000. You niggas put all that work in talking, but didn't go buy the album to prove your point. Why you talking about the Black Americans not buying your shit? Where are all you what happened to African Takeover at the HBCUs? Y'all not bumping TYLA? She not making you sweat? She ain't making you hotter? Because you know, you guys don't really run shit. You bitches ain't running shit but your mouth. This was your opportunity to prove that you didn't need Black American muscle. This is why that African braiding boycott this month got you niggas so goddamn scared. This is why. Because you know you're a guest over here and you're wearing out your welcome. Your existence depends not solely, but greatly and largely on the benevolence and watchful, loving eye of Big Brother Black America. Big Brother Black America, make sure. You guys, listen, there have been plenty of Africans that have been killed by police out here in America. The Africans don't never come out. What was that African that got assaulted and them Africans said he ain't from my tribe? The Black Americans was the ones coming out riding for him. Africans don't ride for other Africans. That's why there's 80 million of them out there in Africa, and a white dude can walk up and just slap the shit out of one of them and won't nobody say shit. They'll all look down. You can just walk into any part of Africa with a wheelbarrow and just start taking shit. The Ku Klux Klan can't march in a black city without an ass whooping. There's only 40 million of us. Tyler, you brought that on yourself. And you should have been, if you was going to play that game, if you was going to be playing silly games, winning silly prizes out there, Tyler T, if you was going to play that game, you should have been campaigning hard towards African music lovers. That Afrobeat shit is falling off. You guys couldn't even just play some music without being hateful African tribalist coons. You couldn't even just play some music without being primitive. This is why we don't rock with y'all like that. This is why we're delineating and go, hey. This ain't that. You know what I'm saying? They not like us. They don't like that. Because they know without us, they're corny. Just look at the average African, man. If they're not imitating the Black American, that nigga look dusty and corny. Like the best African. The nigga look goofy in them pajamas. You look insane. It's not even traditional African garb, those daishikis. Them shits come from like Switzerland or something. Kente cloth. Y'all niggas look insane with them curtains on your body. We've been carrying y'all for years. Africa, Black America is Michael Corleone. Black America is Michael Corleone. In Africa, all of Africa, but particularly and specifically Nigeria, but Africa as a whole, Black America is Michael Corleone, and Africa's Fredo. Africa's Fredo. Africa's not a alpha. Africa's, man, there's literally a book. It's one of the saddest titles of a book, but damn if it ain't true. It's a title of a book called The Lady of the Races. RACES, The Lady of the Races. The Africans just getting took and bent over and plumaged and pillaged by every damn person in the world. First thing you do if you want to rule the world, you got to go over and dominate Africa and go take everything. And then you can suit up to go face the rest of the world with the more suitable male races like the Asians, the Arabs, and the Indians. But the Africans, oh yeah, that bitch. That's how everybody look at the Africans. But they don't say that about them Black Americans because we'll beat that ass. Even the white folks know about that shit. Even the ones talking shit. Oh, those Black Americans, those coons won't. Oh my God, is that one behind me? Like, yeah, they know what it is. But they come at you niggas any kind of way. And y'all be eager, like Fredo, eager to jump up and kiss white ass. I'm smart. I can do stuff. Y'all always campaigning to try to be the replacement worker, which is weird. And it always fails. And when it fails, what do you bitch niggas do every time? Help us, Black Americans, help us. All the Black Americans have boycotted TYLA. No, we ain't boycott her. Which one checking for her? The music was aight. It was aight. It was cool. Worth a listen. Might get a repeat. Might get a spin. Got a hot little hook. But it ain't worth disrespecting racism. Like, you ain't that good. Like, calm down. Like, if you was like Nicki Minaj in her prime and you came out saying some anti-Black American shit, we're gonna be like, oh, that bitch. Yeah, play that Barbie though, because that shit's hot. But you come out with some mid and think you're gonna get by being controversial? No, you should have been at every HBCU African takeover party, touring and campaigning your ass off until your flip-flops fell off. That's what you should have been doing. Trying to identify yourself as I'm colored. Well, go ask them colored people for some album sales. That's where you messed up. And you Africans, stop being so damn primitive by how you interpret this shit, because you make it weird. You got all this understanding for TYLA saying, I'm not Black, I'm colored. But when Black Americans say, hey, I'm a Black American, I'm not an African American, even though you don't consider Black Americans African, all of a sudden now you don't get it. And, oh, you don't want to be African. You think you're Indian. Oh, you are pretendian. Oh, you niggas. Quit pretending like you don't know what it is. Now all of a sudden you understand the intricate differences in colored and Black. You niggas are so corny. You need the ambiguity ambiguity. You need the ambiguity and confusion of identity between white people of what they have between Africans and Black Americans. You rely on that confusion to exist in America. You rely on that technicality on every level. For citizenship, you rely on a Black American-made mandate to give you citizenship. That's how you get here. You rely on resemblance to and adjacency to Black Americans to even pass culturally. Your whole idea, nigga, you guys' main number one job in Hollywood is pretending to be us. Everything you do and everything you have is based off of being a derivative of me. You're the to-be version of us. You keep trying to say, oh, you guys are like our sons because you come from Africa. No, niggas look at you. White folks will look at you anywhere in the world. This is what drives Africans crazy, y'all. White folks will look at an African anywhere in the world and go, Black American. They go, no, I'm not the Black. Remember how mad they were when they made Lupita? They came out with Lupita. Lupita's a Kenyan woman born and raised in Mexico. She's a Mexican. Lupita is an African woman from Kenya, raised in Mexico. And the first thing white Hollywood said when they saw, look at this beautiful dark chocolate African-American woman. Look at this Black American queen. Well, as a Black American, and you know what drove them crazy? Lupita never really corrected. Oh, yeah, well, you know, as one, she just keep talking. That drives them crazy. No one knows who they, like I use that Nick Nolte line all the time on a tether in a debate, and it burns their soul. Hotel Rwanda. You're not even a nigger. You're an African. They know what that shit meant. He told them the UN's not even coming. Now, if this was some Black Americans up here turning up, oh, damn, Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton will be flipping these motherfuckers. Oh, nigga. Oh, shit, the Black Panthers will be here. But y'all just some Africans. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. See, remember, them coloreds in South Africa was the ones riding with the whites when the Black Americans. See, this is why I'm saying when TYLA made that comment, that shit was real. That wasn't some cutesy comment. That was declaring war on us. That shit wasn't too long ago. I'm an 80s baby. Them white South Africans remember Black America. We messed up. See, Black America is so powerful. We done forgot stuff we did. We done forgot stuff we did. Oh shit, that was the 80s. Now, didn't we end apartheid? South Africans, keep it real now. Y'all was fighting that good fight over there, but white folks was able to do whatever they wanted to do with y'all because they had Big Brother America backing them up. Ronald Reagan was 110% for apartheid. Got caught on a hot mic on a phone call, calling all you niggas monkeys and giggling about that shit. What would all of a sudden make an openly racist, supportive of apartheid president like Ronald Reagan all of a sudden switch and remove apartheid and not support that shit? Black Americans was applying that pressure on that nigga. That's what. It's my car door. Black Americans was applying that pressure on that nigga. Get off my homeboy. Once America relented and stopped supporting them financially and openly, once that became a bad look, that shit got toppled by the South Africans fighting on the inside, the South African blacks. And who was they fighting against? Them little coon-ass South African coloreds. The white people's pets over in South Africa at the time. Looking like Mr. Popo. That's who they was fighting against. That'd be TYLA's mom, grandma. TYLA's associated with them South African Boers. Do you think, listen, this is how you know it ain't all South Africans. Do you think, okay, one of the hot songs in South Africa is Kill the Boer, right? Excuse me. One of the hot South African songs is Kill the Boer. TYLA's colored, meaning she's half white, half Boer. Do you think TYLA's gonna be jamming to Kill the Boer in front of her family? You think if you play Kill the Boer in front of some real South African blacks, they're gonna start jamming out and doing dirty wines and shit? You play Kill the Boar in front of a boar or in front of Tyla's family, she going to get offended. And what's she going to do? She's going to tell you South Africans get offended by that song. No, you don't. South African whites and coloreds get offended by that song because that song's about you. You're the invader. You're the collaborator. You're the coon. She declared war and she lost. She gonna get dropped from her album. The second you ain't selling nothing right now, you gonna get dropped. All your backing and promotion is gonna get dropped. You better lift every voice and sing. You better get out there and figure it out. Reclassify your shit. Apologize. Get straight. Clarify. How you gonna be from South Africa and now you need truth and reconciliation with the black Americans? You done blew it. And you Africans, you guys keep playing this game. See, let TYLA be a lesson to you niggas. Because that's what's going to happen to all of you, not just in the music sales. Anywhere here in America, unless you're tightly nestled in with whites and you just got it, you are vulnerable out here without us. Act damn accordingly. Act right. Quit trying to have these long looping. What is FBA? What is A? What? How do you not know you black? And get your dusty ass out this damn room, this chat room. What the hell are you doing? Now you starting to get some act right. You know what it is. When things start going wrong, you coming over to us, asking us to stop or asking us for help. That you didn't need. I thought you was staying away from the Akata. These are wake-up calls. Your tether cords are getting cut. Now let's move on to Nigeria, because the TYLA thing, that's one South African. South Africans is usually cool. South Africans usually understand the score, but she was a colored, and I'm surprised the other South African blacks didn't check that hoe. Like, she don't speak for us. See, that was the problem. TYLA coming out saying something crazy is one thing, but all them people in Africa that come out on them chat rooms claiming to be Zulus, you messed up the last tether line you had, because African Americans, the one specified group of Africans we actually like as an idea is the Zulus. We know the Zulus were never in the slave trade or nothing like that, but we loved watching you kicking white ass on them Shaka Zulu, on the Shaka Zulu movies. We ain't never really met one like that. When we think of the idea of a Zulu, it's a proud black person. And then you see all them niggas that was claiming to be Zulus online, and they big coons. For those of y'all that don't know, it's a sad story what happened to the Zulus. And if you watch that Shaka Zulu movie, they show you right in the beginning when they got the Queen of England or whoever she was telling you right up front, this is why we can never let the Zulus be strong again. They cooned the Zulus down. All the real riders that were in the Zulus, them niggas then been got killed. And the white folks placed a coon weak leader as their king for symbolic reasons so you can maintain order, peace, and stability. So the Zulus of today are not the Zulus of yesterday. These niggas are broken down. Peace to the still strong, still fighting Zulus. The real Zulus will let you know. They hate them coon Zulus that are in charge. That's the real reason you see a lot of civil unrest in Africa. The corruption is not just stealing the resources. It's that the niggas in charge aren't really there because you put them there. They're put there by white folks to come steal your shit and keep you in line. But I digress. On to Nigeria. Because 9 times out of 10, if we have a problem with Africans in America or around the world, it's Nigeria. Look at you niggas. You're getting banned from everywhere. You're getting banned from America. You getting banned from the UK. You're getting banned from places in China. You getting banned from places in Africa. You can't even blame shit on racism. It's you, nigga. It's literally you. It's just you Nigerians. And like I told y'all, that them foreign flags were going to start turning to white flags. And the Africans are going to start delineating themselves in a minute. And you're starting to hear more and more from these primitive ass African news channels saying, hey, that's not us. We're not Nigerian. That's not us. We're from Ghana. That's Nigerians. That's not us. We're from South Africa. That's Nigerians, black Americans. We don't rock with them either. Somebody's getting pointed out for stealing the cookies from the cookie jar. Nigeria. Why am I bringing up Nigeria if this episode's about TYLA and TYLA is a South African? Well, if you guys pay attention to her music, you'll notice that this mixtape that she dropped, it doesn't sound like anything she's been doing. TYLA's music has not been Afro beats. TYLA is not an Afro beats artist. The real reason why this album crashed, this mixtape crashed, even amongst her fan base of people that normally follow her, is because it went in a total different musical direction. It's an Afrobeats album. Afrobeats is West African music. You know, it's basically Nigerian music. I mean, a black American invented it and helped him out, but you know, we let him have that little weak ass shit, right? We ain't really tripping. It's West African, Nigerian music. She got with some Nigerian producers because everybody in the industry is trying to make Afro beats be a thing. That's the real problem. You see, she came out trying to join that whole general Pan-African, West African, Nigerian Afro beats energy, which again bears repeating. If Afro beats is such a big thing and you got people on social media, one person saying play Afro beats in the club, and if Afro beats were such a thing, there'd just be a demand for it. She would have had a following. She would have had an audience, and this would have connected. The real problem here is Afro beats is just not a thing. Not here in the States. You don't have the numbers. See, this can be used as a microcosm to show a lot of you Africans here, a lot of you tethers, you don't have the numbers like you think you do to affect change on a large scale. I'm seeing a lot of tethers sometimes, you know, every now and then, but not on a large scale. But I do see every now and then these tethers get the wrong idea. And I think that because they live in an area with nothing but other tethers, they start to get the idea that the tethers have the numbers amongst the blacks. You don't even have anywhere near the numbers. Most tethers live in tether safe areas because they come here as refugees where they're all encamped in the same areas, and, you know, or they all kind of live in the same spot. So they look around and think that's the way the rest of the country is. It's like, no, these are tether pockets. These are tether towns. These are little tether safe areas, little sanctuary tether cities. This is not what the country really looks like. You go out in the country, you're going to see niggas or white folks or Hispanics. TYLA didn't read the room. Her people came in. See, her people told her to try to separate herself like that. There was no need to mention that. There was no need to mention that. It didn't provide anything about her that you needed to know. The Africans keep wanting to set the terms of this thing about whose identity is what. She had way too much Nigerian guidance. Forgive me, I can't remember the name of the type of music that is traditional South African music that's popping right now. It starts with an O. It's like Oliembo or something. I can't pronounce it. It escapes me. But that's the kind of music she normally does. And then she does like American type of R&B light music, pop music. You switched and tried to Afro beat it up. Don't nobody want to hear them damn Mufasa jams. That's just what it is. Signing out.